Hi friends, I have another fun craft for us today. Have you seen people making wreaths out of puzzles? Look at this. Isn't that awesome? I have just fallen in love with them. I've seen so many different puzzle wreaths and I'm like, oh, we all have those puzzles that we're holding on to at home that we're missing maybe one or two pieces and we just know we're going to find that piece, right? Surely it can't just be me. But we are going to repurpose those puzzles and we're going to make an awesome wreath. It's gorgeous. So let me show you how we do that. One, we need puzzles. We need puzzle pieces. So this is a 500 piece puzzle that we're repurposing, and we need some paint for that. So this is a patriotic one, so we need red, white, and blue. This is a piece of cardboard that I just cut out in a heart shape, but you can also get the actual wooden heart forms at Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Walmart, if you'd rather use wood. But I just pulled out a heart from my Valentine's stash and traced it on an old box and cut out a heart shape. And then this inside piece, I did the exact same thing. So I had another little smaller heart and cut it out of cardboard. And this I printed off the internet, and I just looked up free printable United States flag hearts, and it was like the perfect size. So that's what I used. And then this piece right here is some sort of paper that you have that would make a nice background, or you could paint it if you wanted to. But I'm putting paper on it today. So this is like a stationery paper. I'm trying a different one today because I really want to use it, but it's got a band. It came off of a roll instead of a flat piece of paper, so I'm not positive if it's gonna work, so I'm being brave and doing that with you guys today. So the first step would be paint your puzzle pieces. So I have a basket full of already painted puzzle pieces, so we didn't have to do that on the video, but you could do it by hand. So you could, whatever paint you happen to have at home, and it doesn't have to be a patriotic theme if you don't want to, but it's an awesome one. If you have paint at home, you can use it. You can paint it one by one. I did not want to do that. And I actually had red, white, and blue spray paint. Why? I'm not totally sure, but I do. And so I put them on a scrap piece of cardboard, and I did one of each. So I had a huge cardboard. I just split up my puzzle into 3 different piles and flattened it out, put it outside on the grass, and spray painted them and left them and came back later, and they're perfect. And so I did the whole 500 because I'm going to be making more than one of these. So I did the whole 500 at one time. So that's done. That's your first step, right? Second step, you need a form. So you either need to get the cardboard like we spoke of, or go ahead and pick up one of those wooden ones that you can get. This is about 12 by 11 is the size of this heart. So we're going to start with that. I need some Mod Podge to put this paper on, or just regular glue, or you can tape it, really. But I'm going to try it this way. So I'm trying to make this thing flatten out, because isn't that awesome? Stone. I just think that looks great. So we're going to see if we can make that work. So anyway, have faith, it'll work. I do have tape over here in case it doesn't. So I'm just going to put Mod Podge on my cardboard. And I have this plastic covering to protect my workspace. So any kind of glue will work. I just happen to have Mod Podge, so that's what I'm going to do. You can Mod Podge the outside and the inside. This is going to be an inside wreath, so I don't really need it protected. You know, Mod Podge is a glue and a sealer, so you could try it that way. I want my stones to go this way, up and down. That's what I have envisioned. So I'll slide this over. I already cut the paper big enough to fit my heart. And press it down. Now, generally, you've seen me Mod Podge before. I would do it the opposite way. I'd put it on top. But like I said, I'm fighting against this stone paper that I really want to use. So it's not cut in the heart shape because I wasn't sure I could actually match that to make it fit right. So I'm just going to let this sit to the side a minute and put my basket of hearts on there and see if I can get that to stick. And I'm going to work on my inside heart. So the first thing I did was painted all my puzzle pieces. Then I cut out my hearts and I'm Mod Podging that stuff on. And so that's what I'm going to do with this one. Mod Podge has to dry a little bit, right? So trying to get the base of the main heart drying so we can get to putting the puzzle pieces on. That's the fun part. Then I already cut this out. I do need to trim it just a smidge. So on this first one, I Mod Podged on the bottom and the top. And it kind of distressed my flag in the middle, which I really like. It looks so good. This one, I think I'm not going to, for the sake of the video, I'm not going to Mod Podge. So I do have, on top, I do have a case cutter because my heart is a little big. So I'm going to trim it. An X-Acto knife would look great, would work great. Or sharp scissors, but that I am in short supply of. I do not have sharp scissors. But I do have a case cutter, so I'm going to start with that. At least get the rough edges cut. Come on now. There we go. Then I can trim up with my scissors. There we go. And now that's my centerpiece. It's ready to go. So I don't guess I need this anymore. All right, let's see how my heart did. I think it's working. Awesome. I'm just going to trim my paper off. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad this worked. So how are we going to put the puzzle pieces on, you ask? We are going to use a hot glue gun. That way I can place them each exactly where I want them to go. And they'll stay there pretty fast. But you can use regular glue. You just won't be able to pick it up fast. You have to leave it flat until it dries. I love this paper. It totally reminds me of how strong and stable our veterans are and our people who are protecting us now as we speak. I am so glad that worked. That looks great. That's going to look wonderful. Now, I better close this up before I make a mess. Now, I have a basket full of white, red, and blue. Red, white, and blue. So, is this on? Yep. All right. Now we get to start placing puzzle pieces. So, there's no wrong way to do this. I just want it on the outside. So, what I'm going to do is start placing them on. I just put a little dab of glue and start placing them on. And I'm going to make like a frame around, just like I did this first one. And then, I don't know how well you saw this, but it's got a few different layers. So it's not just flat. So I'm starting just the basic around. And technically, you don't have to cover the whole heart if you didn't want to with the paper, but it does make it easier. Because then whatever piece, you know, if you've got any holes that you're seeing in between the puzzle pieces, then you're seeing the background. And if you happen to have a puzzle piece that didn't get covered quite as well, you know, with the color, with the paint, or it's a little gimpy, like I just see a gimpy one right here, I'm going to be able to fix that because I'm going to put more than one layer. So we won't even see that. So I just like going around the edge just like this. I have to keep concentrating not to do the wrong side of the puzzle. Not to put glue on the wrong side of the puzzle. So you want a one-sided puzzle. That's a good thing to talk about. You know, sometimes you can get a two-sided puzzle. You want a one-sided puzzle because you are going to paint the part that does not have the picture on it. And that's what I have to keep concentrating on. Paint. Put paint on the picture side. And I'm going red, white, and blue, red, white, and blue, red, white, and blue. So my goodness, I can make, who knows how many puzzles I can make out of this, puzzle wreaths I can make out of this one puzzle. And if you don't have one, of those puzzles, which I'm sure you do, but if you don't have one that you're holding on to, trying to find another piece, because you know as soon as you throw that puzzle away, that piece is going to pop up. Happens every time. But anyway, you can get a puzzle at the Dollar Tree. And these are just small ones, small pieces. Maybe you've got a puzzle that's too small for you to see well or whatever. I know I have that issue. You can use that, but you can pick one up at the Dollar Tree, and they have these fun big ones. I don't know what that would look like. Depends on how big your heart is. This is fun. Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. So I'm almost around to one side, and I'll show you. Around once. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm almost around once. All right. Oops. My puzzle pieces came off. Alrighty. Once around. Now, you might just like it once around. This has got multiple, I don't know if I'm in the frame. Multiple times around. So I kind of like the border a little thicker. So what I do then is I just kind of haphazardly put them on. So this, I didn't go around like 3 times with these puzzle pieces, you know, and so every row has 3 pieces. That's not how I did it. You can absolutely do it that way if you want. But what I did was just pick up a color and see where it can go. Like, I'm gonna put a red, white one right out here on the outside a smidge. Because I have that gimpy puzzle piece, right? And I like how it's just fun and, you know, created just the way you want to create it. They're a little overlapped, but they're not, everything's not fitting perfect. Just a little haphazard, and that's fun. So I am just going back around and placing pieces in where I think they look good. So like if I've got a red and a blue side by side, then I'm putting a white in between it, you know, and I know they're already in between on the outside rim that we just did, but this way I'm just giving it more dimension. So like I can see a spot that I think, I think I want some more blue there. I want some more red there. And then that's the piece I pick up. I'll show you here in just a second. You could also do a different pattern. It doesn't have to be, you know, red, white, blue, red, white, blue. You could do red, red, blue, blue, red, red, white, white, you know, whatever. Whatever. There's no way to mess this up. All right. I'm almost with 2 layers. So I'm spilling over, let me show you. I'm spilling over a little bit, whoops, glued to my mat, over off of the frame and then into the heart frame. So I'm going a little further out and a little further in. It looks awesome. All right, put a few more on here and then we're going to add the white. We're going to add the heart on the inside. It's drying, but I know it's pretty much dry. Red. These colors just turned out so nice. I love it. And I'm seeing a little peek of the stones behind the outside frame. That looks great. I think I need red right here. And I love how it's mixing up between border pieces and inside pieces. Just looks so good. So let's see. I think I need one more over here. One of blue. See? Ta-da. Now let's put the heart in the middle. So I just kind of eyeball it where I want it in the middle, get an idea of it. And then I'm just going to put glue on the back. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. looks good. Press that on, and then I need to make like a hanger to put it up on the back. So I just got some jute twine. I'm just gonna make a hanger on the back. So far, so good. That looks nice. I love it. Make sure it sticks on there good. Then I'm just gonna flip it over. I'm just gonna take a little bit of twine. I'm gonna tie a knot on each end and glue that knot down on this cardboard. And I'm going to be generous. So I do 2 knots. I do a knot and then I tie a knot up against that knot. Just to make sure I'm really stable. Just like that. I'm going to trim off the edges. Then I'm going to place it on the back where I want it to hang up. So I don't want to see the hanger. I don't want to see it. So I'm going to just glue this. And I probably should have brought a hairdryer so I can speed that process up for you. But that's it. That's it, and we're done. That one is so fun, and it's so pretty. You can make it however you want to make it. As always, this is just a thought, a guide, and this is our finished product. So I gotta let my hanger dry a little more before I can actually hang with it, but that's it. Made a patriotic wreath with cardboard and puzzle. What more can you want? All right, I had a good time. I hope you did too. And we'll see you next time.